The biggest games, the biggest names. You'll find them only on Inland Sports, your local sports leader.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was. It was my first year to be playing on the varsity level. I was like, come on, coach.
Join me every week for the top highlights and interviews from around the inland area, including San Bernardino and Riverside County. All because of you! From preps to pros, you'll get it all with Inland Sports.
Bifford trying to settle that ball down to Tino Nunez. Bicycle kick.
Akili Ross, the pick six house call.
Powered by Adrenaline Athletic Training. When you train at Adrenaline, you just turn pro. You can find the Inland Sports Show every Saturday at 11 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 a.m.
Can you please just celebrate with my boy Big V one of these times and get him on TV?
I do every time. The first people, whatever.
And streaming live online on YouTube.
Inland Sports doing it for us.
Man, you're being way too nice.
Doing it big time, baby.
Inland Sports, your local sports leader.
Kind of lose track of what the game's all about, and it's about going out and having fun.
And welcome live to Citrus Hill High School for the very first Inland Sports All-Star Game. Team Tarkanian taking on Team Masi. Both teams on the floor warming up right now as we're coming at you live from the Inland Sports YouTube channel. We appreciate you joining us. I'm Pep Fernandez, joined by the great David Zink from the Press Enterprise. He will be breaking down the game in tomorrow's newspaper, and the guys on the floor right now getting loose, throwing down some dunks, and we're going to have some fun tonight here in this Inland Sports All-Star Game. And we see the college coaches rolling in too, David Zink.
Oh, well, we can start the game because Josh Giles has finally made an appearance.
Josh Giles, the head coach for Centennial High School, coaching Team Tarkanian. And he just rolled in with, it looks like, his son, and he's just kind of wearing the shorts. It's a relaxed atmosphere around here. And Tim Hatch is calling me right now. You want to answer the phone as we see what's going on with Tim Hatch down there? And take another live look here at the court as both teams are warming up. And Tim Hatch, the head coach at Citrus Hill High School. He's one of our hosts here, as well as Jeff Gorham from Norta Vista High School. And I think he's calling up here to make sure that we are live and amplified all over the world here on the Inland Sports YouTube channel. We got to thank our fine sponsors for the game, AdrenalineAthleticTraining.com in Corona. We appreciate the support. They've been with us since day one, and they've actually started a brand new high school travel ball team. So Cliff Baker is the head basketball coach at Adrenaline. Give them a call. Go to the website, AdrenalineAthletic.com, for more details, and they'll hook it up with their new high school travel ball team. So please check that out. And also, Spoiled, quick quality oil changes right here in Riverside. Bill Navigato, he's the best, and he's got a great athletic family as well. His son's quite the baseball players as well. So Bill will treat you right. I guarantee it. David Zink guarantees it. Personal, I guess you could say lifelong friend, right?
I'm a satisfied customer. I've been going to him for years.
So quick, quality, oil change, Spoiled, and of course, as we mentioned, Adrenaline Athletic Training. Back here live from Citrus Hill High School, the Inland Sports All-Star Game. We have got a star-studded cast. We're going to break in just a second, I believe, for the national anthem, right? They were just calling up to give us her name.
About a minute from now, they'll do the national anthem and then game lineups.
And we should say, so Josh Giles, the head coach for Centennial High School in Corona, he is coaching Team Tarkanian, and Scott Mossman, formerly of Cal Baptist University and Grand Canyon University, currently the head coach at Woodcrest Christian High School, he is coaching Team Masi. So Jerry Tarkanian and John Masi being honored tonight here at the Inland Sports All-Star Game. Two legendary figures, David Zink, here in the Inland Empire.
Absolutely. I mean, there are many great coaches, but those are two you can really hang your hat on. Great coaching. John Masi, for 26 years at UC Riverside, built a program that was a Division II powerhouse. And had some great success, and I think it was like late 80s, they actually beat Iowa in the Chaminade tournament. But then you also have Jerry Tarkanian, and I think once you hear the name Jerry Tarkanian, a lot of things come to mind. UNLV, the Runnin' Rebels, but he was a coach at Redlands High School and also Riverside City College back in the day, and I think won a state basketball championship with them. So you got a lot of great coaches from the area, Mike Martinez. We can go down the list, but great coaches. There's 2 great coaches here tonight.
Well, let's pause just for a moment here as we honor America with the national anthem. It's Mary Rubalcaba. Cava. So that was Mary Rubalcaba singing the national anthem here for the Inland Sports All-Star Game. A lot of coaches. I'm recognizing a lot of faces here in the crowd as well. And as we mentioned, college coaches are in attendance. We've got the U.S. Army in attendance. Local high school coaches are here. And if we see some familiar faces, maybe we'll bring them up here to the press box as well. We'll talk a little basketball with them as we get set to play the Inland Sports All-Star Basketball Game. About set to do the introductions here. We can tell you for Team Tarkanian, that's Josh Giles' team. It's got a lot of great players. Chris Famous here. Chris Famous from Centennial. Troy Bolden. Emmett, Devin Fleming, Valley View, Kyle Hamilton from Centennial, Michael Henry from La Sierra, Ryan Heiligenthal from Santiago, Trayvon Lampkin, Elsinore, Preston Beverly, Elsinore, and Devon Sullivan from Tockwitz. And for Team Masi, that would be Scott Mossman's team. On Team Masi, they got Garrett Sherrod. Also, Nate Barker from Santiago, Nick Peets from Tockwitz, Cedric Bearfield from Centennial High School taking his talents to Southern Methodist to play for Larry Brown, Alex Ziska from Redlands East Valley, Torrin Webb from Great Oak, Austin Bryant from Murrieta Valley, Alec Frank from Woodcrest Christian, and finally Khalil Ahmad from Centennial. And Zeke, you wrote in the Press Enterprise that we can count about 5 guys who have Division I scholarships already, but everybody else, free agents. I mean, there's college coaches here. I know there's a bunch of college coaches watching online as well, and a lot of these guys are going to be out here looking to get some exposure and maybe get noticed by one of these college teams.
Oh, and I think the level of players in this game is going to help that cause. You get to see against some other. I mean, there's 5 Division I athletes playing in this game, so if you can show yourself against a Division I player and show yourself to be, a serviceable basketball player, you might get yourself a gig.
Now, when we're looking at the teams, they've kind of logged out who's going to play how many minutes, and it's going to be all fair until about the final 5 minutes where you're going to play to win, and the coaches are going to put their best players out on the floor and try to win this game. And
I think they're actually going to go with longer stretches. It's not going to be like a 5-minute stretch. I remember Coach Gorham saying that the possibility of them doing longer stints so they can kind of get flowing,
So we're going to do this college style. So they're going to play 20 minutes in the first half, 20 minutes in the second half. And, all these guys going to the college level might as well start now and play that style. So that's how they'll do it. 20 minutes in the first half, 20 minutes in the second half. And at halftime, coming up, we will have a 3-point contest. We've got Michael Henry from La Sierra taking on Alex Ziska from Redlands East Valley. And for the slam dunk title, it'll be Nate Barker from Santiago, Kyle Hamilton from Centennial, and Nick Pete from Talkwood. So that's coming up at halftime, and at the end of the game, we will have our Inland Sports Most Valuable Player. So a lot of stuff going on here. The U.S. Army in attendance as well. They've got their own little table right there at the press box down below. And a great-sized crowd. I mean, this is our first year doing this here for the Inland Sports All-Star Game. We weren't sure what to expect. And I can say we've got a really good crowd here at Citrus Hill High School, so we're really excited about this as
pushing
both
around
teams.
100, I would 50 to 100, I would say.
And a handful of coaches as well. We saw guys, we were trying to read the logos on their shirts and polos and jackets and say, oh, where's he from? Because there's a lot of college coaches here and, of course, a lot of high school coaches supporting their players that are here in the game as well. So,
all right, Pep, before the game starts, who you got?
Oh, you're gonna make me pick, aren't you?
Yeah, who you got? You got the whites, you got the blacks.
Well, you've got Coach Mossman, who's all business, the Woodcrest Christian head coach. And we're gonna pan over here.
I'm gonna go with Team Tark and Giles.
All right, just in spite of you, I'll go Team Masi and Coach Mossman. And there's a nice shot of Coach Giles wearing the shorts, right? It's an all-star game. We're here to have fun.
Saturday afternoon. Okay, early evening.
6 o'clock here.
Let's wind them up. What do you say, Pep?
Yeah, we're getting set to tip off here. I'm going to scoot over right here. Getting ready to tip off. Got the rosters right in front of me. Once again, a big thanks to Adrenaline Athletic Training, as well as Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Changes. Kyle Hamilton is going to leave it for Devin Fleming, one of those guys looking for a college still. As Preston Beverly thought about it, finally lets it go off the rim with that three-point attempt. Barker with the rebound. Here comes Nate Barker back the other way to Garrett Sherrod from Hemet. His three's off the mark. Gets his own rebound. Dishes inside to Nick Pete. Follow-up won't go. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be a inbound for Team Tarkanian. So Team Tarkanian, whoops, got a little crazy there. Team Tarkanian in the dark jerseys. Tark is dark. That's a good way to remember it. If you're watching at home, Tark is dark. Ball goes trickling out of bounds here. And it will go with Team Masi. Our camera
and
guys.
And they're going with the single referee setup here.
In shorts, too.
Yeah.
Our camera guys have to pay a little bit better attention.
Who is that guy?
The action, I don't know. He's got to get his head in the game, though. There's Cedric Bearfield driving inside the legs and in for the first bucket of the game.
Hold that graphic. Bottom graphic.
Nice move by Kyle Hamilton. Ball's knocked away, keeps it in bounds, and a whistle down on the floor.
You know, the organizers thought this would be a 100-point game. At this point, I don't think we're going to get to 80.
It's Kyle Hamilton, a little reverse action. It will not fall. Hamilton comes up with it. Preston Beverly trying to go back to Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton still has
it. Palming the ball.
Foul on Devin Fleming from Team Tarkanian. Early stages here. It's 2-zip Team Tarkanian on Team Masi. Shot here by Alex Ziska off the mark. Going back the other way with Troy Bolden from Hemet High School. Ball bounces past Preston Beverly, and it will go back to Team Masi. Garrett Sherrod will bring the ball up the court from Hemet High School. Off the steal, coming back the other way, it's Chris Famous from Centennial. And the follow-up by Preston Beverly won't go. His Second attempt will go, and finally
32.
Kyle Hamilton tips it in. Devin Fleming shot off the mark here. Rebound to Pete. Pete's going to bring the ball up the court. The big man showing the handles. Kyle Hamilton for Team Tarkanian comes away with it to Beverly. Back to Hamilton. Throws it down. Kyle Hamilton showcasing his hops early on in this one. Nice block by Chris Famous from Centennial High School. Here comes Troy Bolden from Emmett. His shot off the mark, gets his own rebound, and it's in. And Troy Bolden, Team Tarkanian, races out to an early 8-zip lead on the Troy Bolden bucket.
They say it's 6-2, Pep.
6-2, maybe I'm off here.
6-2.
Should be Team Tark, right?
Yeah.
6-4. Cedric Bearfield getting that bucket. I believe he has both baskets now for Team Masi. So it's 6-4. We're all straight now. Chris Famous lets it fly off the mark. Kyle Hamilton goes flying in, looking to throw that thing down. Nate Barker from Santiago will inbound here. Three-pointer by Ziska off the mark. Barker the rebound, goes back up with it, and gets to the basket.
6-all.
Kyle Hamilton out on the wing. Leaves it for Beverly, the deep three. Off the mark. Hamilton the rebound and throws it down. Kyle Hamilton making an early case for the Inland Sports Most Valuable Player Award as Troy Bolden knocks the ball out of bounds and Team Tarkanian back in front by a score of 8-6.
That's one way to put it back, right, Pep? You get a nice rebound and then go other side of the basket and dunk it.
Kyle Hamilton just so athletic, always around the rim. Nice play by Cedric Bearfield. Bearfield, he's off to a hot start. The two Centennial guys making an impact early on.
6 of the 8 points are his, right?
There's Troy Bolden for three. He buries it. I'm going to have a hard time keeping up with the scoreboard here. So I've got 11-8, Team Tarkanian. Does that sound about right?
11-8. 24.
Three-pointer, that was Ziska. Alex Ziska has a Citrus Hill jersey on. There's a Hamilton three. It's off the mark.
That was a 3, by the way.
Back the other way, Sherrod to Cedric Bearfield for the three. He knocks it down. So is it 13-11 Team Tart? Does that sound about right?
14-11. That was a 3. Bearfield showing. That's his first miss today. Bearfield, long three, high off the rim, top of the backboard, and a turnover.
Devin Fleming from Valley View, still looking for a college. He'll bring the ball up. One of the top players from out of the Inland Valley League. Chris Famous lets it fly off the back of the iron. Preston Beverly the rebound. Back out to Kyle Hamilton. Hamilton goes inside. Inside to Beverly. Kicks it back out to Troy Bolden for the deep ball. And he nails it down for another three-pointer for Team Tarkanian. Troy Bolden from Emmett High School. He's got the hot hand early on. Bearfield drive it inside and draws the whistle. So he'll go to the line for 2 as Team Tarkanian is up by a score of 17-3 here.
I can't imagine it's by design, but Cedric Bearfield is kind of taking over possessions for his team. Oh.
First one off the mark.
Missed the first front end of a 1-and-1.
Chris Famous from Centennial, Kyle Hamilton on Team Tark, Cedric Bearfield on Team Masi. So they split up the Centennial guys as Kyle Hamilton lays it in for another Team Tarkanian basket.
18-14.
I've got 19-13, is that right? Nice block by Nick Pete on the other end. Hamilton, Troy Bolden. What's the score you got?
They have it 18-14 over there. I don't know that it's 18-14.
I thought it was 19-13, but...
they have it 20. Hold on, they have it 20-14.
Cedric Bearfield back the other way.
20-14.
Kyle Hamilton trying to get to the cup. He draws the foul here with 12:45 to go in the first half. Team Tarkanian leading by a score of 20-14. Kyle Hamilton going to the line. And once again, Alex Ziska from Redlands East Valley wearing the Citrus Hill uniform. Kyle Hamilton puts the first one up. Off the front of the rim. Rebound by Beverly. Nick Pete from Tockwitz takes it away. Pete, look at that. Threads the needle to Bearfield. Behind the back to Garrett Sherrod. His shot won't fall here, but he draws the foul. Garrett Sherrod from Hemet High School. One of the top scorers in our area here in the Inland Empire. Garrett Sherrod going for 25 points per game, all CIF this year. Played 4 years of varsity basketball for him at high school. There's Devin Fleming. He lets it fly off the rim. Kyle Hamilton came flying in, could not get it. Here we go back the other way with Alex Ziska. Keeps it in bounds to Nate Barker. And Barker thought about throwing it down, but it's all good nevertheless. All right, Zeke, you have to help me with the score here.
It's 20-18.
Beverly goes inside. He draws the whistle.
We have mass substitutions for both teams. At the line, Beverly.
So Preston Beverly is at the line.
That's 20-20. I don't know who's keeping score down there, but I'm not too confident in their scoring. It's now 20-20, they say. Did Beverly make both of those?
You'll have to be my eyes on this one.
Dude, I'm trying. We are trying here.
Alex Ziska, Austin Bryant. He checks into the game from Marietta Valley High School. Ryan Heiligenthal. Michael Henry from La Sierra. Michael Henry knocks it down for Team Tarkanian. So I've got 23-20.
That's it.
Garrett Sherrod to Alec Frank from Woodcrest Christian. He checks into the game. Frank, a little nice move inside. Rebound by Heiligenthal. Over to Trayvon Lampkin from Elsinore High School for Team Tarkanian. Lampkin goes inside. Leaves it for Heiligenthal, the big man. He's going to dribble inside the paint. Steps back. Finds Devon Sullivan from Tockwitz. His three's off the mark. Rebound, Michael Henry. Henry lets it fly again from three-point range off the backboard. Here's Khalil Ahmad from Centennial. He'll play his college ball at Cal State Fullerton. He goes to his Centennial teammate, Cedric Bearfield. His pass goes off of Chris Famous, so we had Centennial versus Centennial on that last one.
Bearfield's yet to leave the floor. Ahmad.
Sullivan, the rebound. Back the other way. Michael Henry to Chris Famous in the corner. Famous has it. To Lampkin. His three's off the mark. Cedric Bearfield will chase it down. And Bearfield a long pass up ahead. To Frank. His three. Rattles around. And here comes Michael Henry from La Sierra back the other way. Henry kicks it out to Famous. Famous is three. Nails it. Chris Famous hits the triple for Team Tarkanian.
It's 26-20.
26-20. That sounds good to me. Austin Bryant, the big man, bringing the ball up the court from Murrieta Valley High School for Team Masi. Lampkin's going to keep it in bounds. It's picked off by Frank. Frank trying to go inside, finally leaves it out for Sherrod. His long jumper falls. That'll make it 26-22.
It's the three.
Oh, it was the three. Okay.
Bearfield with the rebound and the fast break opportunity. Nice little low layup, misses. Rebound, Team Tark. Back on down the floor.
Michael Henry from La Sierra to Sullivan.
Sullivan
from Tockwitz hits the three for Team Tark.
29-23.
There goes Khalil Ahmad. Gets to the glass. The rebound by Austin Bryant, the putback, and he draws the foul. The way they design these rosters is we have some Centennial guys going up against their Centennial teammates. Here we go back the other way.
29-25.
They keep it in bounds. There's Sullivan once again. Back out to Lampkin. Lampkin has it. Famous kicks it out to Michael Henry, the three. Rolls out of the rim. Here comes Khalil Ahmad. Back the other way. Long pass up ahead. Bearfield keeps it in bounds. Bearfield trying to dish it inside. Yeah, inside some traffic. Loses that ball.
He's trying to bully his way there to that basket.
Sullivan to Henry. Back out to Lampkin. Lampkin's three off the mark. Rebound by Heiligenthal. The putback. It won't go. And Tockwitz is Devon Sullivan to Michael Henry, and he lays it in for an easy basket for Team Tarkanian.
Who had that one?
Michael Henry from La Sierra with the easy basket as Team Tarkanian's up. There's a steal by Chris Famous. Little stutter step here. Heiligenthal puts it back up. There's a whistle. And Heiligenthal draws the foul. People continuing to file in here at Citrus Hill High School, and the crowd continues to grow. What a great showing for the first annual Inland Sports All-Star Game. Ryan Heiligenthal from Santiago's first attempt off the mark. And
you know, Pep, when you get a really good roster of players, you'll attract a crowd, and apparently it's true.
We've even got some Santiago softball players in the house. Alley-oop!
Alley-oop. That was Bearfield to
Ahmad, right?
Ahmad.
Here we go back the other way. Bearfield to Ahmad. Down low. That won't go. Ahmad trying to work his way around a couple defenders. Heiligenthal the rebound. Here comes Michael Henry back the other way from La Sierra to Chris Famous. Famous to Lampkin. Lampkin off the glass and in. So what do you have right now, David Zink, for your score?
We have 33-25.
Here we go back the other way. Michael Henry. And Chris Famous, the putback attempt could not go. Trying to throw that thing down. The ball finally trickles out of bounds, and looks like it'll stay with Team Tarkanian with 6:56 to go here in the first half.
Team Tark with a 8-point lead, 6:56 left. A little sloppy early going, you'd say.
Highland
Some
goal.
great plays.
Alec Frank the rebound. Frank out of Woodcrest Christian. Kicks it out to Garrett Sherrod from Hemet. Baseline, Jane knocks it down. Garrett Sherrod, great player and really one of the nicest guys we've met. 3-point shot by Sullivan's off the mark. Frank with the rebound. Garrett Frank up ahead to Sherrod. Inside to Austin Bryant. Nice defensive play by Chris Famous. Famous with the ball back the other way. They're going to leave for Lampkin. His 3-pointer's off the mark. Rebound by Heiligenthal. And the putback. So 35-27. And as I say that, Cedric Bearfield knocks it down for Team Masi. Heiligenthal in the post. Gives it to a streaking Sullivan, cutting to the cup. And Devon Sullivan from Tockwitz High School has another 2 for Team Tarkanian. Bearfield off the glass. Austin Bryant comes out with it. They kick it out. Garrett Sherrod from Hemet has it. Puts it up. It won't go. Here comes Chris Famous back the other way, the Centennial Husky. Leaves it for his Big 8 League teammate, Heiligenthal. And Heiligenthal, a fan favorite here at Citrus Hill High School. So we've got 39-29.
Nice.
Rebound by
39-30.
39-30. Oh, 39-30.
That's Famous.
Famous again. Not sure how we're getting so off here.
Heiligenthal had a nice little reverse luck. You know, he kind of used the basket to his advantage to get that one in.
So 41-30, Team Tarkanian.
Ooh, Ahmed.
A little step back from Khalil Ahmad from Centennial High School. 41-33, Team Tarkanian on top here in the Inland Sports All-Star Game. Ahmad the steal. Back the other way to Cedric Bearfield. Bearfield gets up. Can't throw it down. Gets his own rebound. And Bearfield gets it to go. Heiligenthal the rebound, trying to get the putback here. Still going for it. Ahmad comes out with it. Up ahead to Bearfield. The reverse. And Cedric Bearfield lays it in with 3:57 to go here in the first half.
It's 41-36.
41-36 as the teams make a substitution here.
Bearfield with
Get some new legs on the court.
Bearfield's the game's leading scorer at this point.
Not a huge surprise there. Taking his talents to Southern Methodist to play for Larry Brown. Kyle Hamilton in there. Got a little tied up there.
All right, Hamilton.
I say traveling on Hamilton. Alec Frank bringing the ball up from Woodcrest Christian for Team Masi. Frank to Ziska. And I think Ziska now has his original uniform on. And Alec Frank with the easy basket down low. Preston Beverly the 3. He knocks it down for Team Tarkanian. Alec Frank to Ziska. Shots off the mark. Ziska had a Citrus Hill uniform on. Now he's back in his Redlands East Valley colors for Team Masi. Devin Fleming kicks it out. Beverly with another 3. And Beverly's feeling it. You know, Kate Upton's not here at the game, unfortunately, but nevertheless.
He's playing like she is.
Yeah. For a second, we had 444 on the screen. That's not right. That'd be some sort of a record.
Who had that last
Ziska
three?
the
Who had
three.
that last three?
Beverly had the 3, and there's Ziska with the 3.
That was back-to-back threes.
Troy Bolden down low. He's got the basket for Team Tarkanian. 49-41 is what I've got on the score.
That's correct, Pep.
You know, you wouldn't think talking and doing a camera and doing a scoreboard would be hard, but it's tough.
There you go. Frank with the 3.
Alec Frank, straight out of Woodcrest Christian, and 3 for Team Masi.
49-44.
That 3's off the mark. Rebound by big Nick Pete from Tockwitz. He's taking his talents to Southern Utah University, another one of the D1 players here in the Inland Sports All-Star Game. Austin Bryant. Pass is picked off by Troy Bolden. Bolden's got room. And Troy Bolden from him at high school throw it down.
That'd make it 51-44, Pep?
51-44.
With a minute 24 left.
So we are approaching halftime, and we are approaching triple digits, the 100 mark, if we duplicate this in the second half. We'll tighten the screws a little bit in the final minutes of this game as both teams will play to win this. Michael Henry puts up a long J. It's off the front of the rim. Nate Barker from Santiago, the rebound. Up ahead to Ziska. High off the and there, Nick Pete from Tockwitz cleaning up the mess. Big putback by the big man, Nick Pete. Is that 48?
That would be 51-46.
Pete kicks it in bounds. Here comes Troy Bolden from him and back the other way for Team Tarkanian. Devin Fleming has it in the corner. Back out to Kyle Hamilton. Hamilton from Centennial.
No. Bailed out with a foul. Got bailed out by the foul.
Inbound play. Michael Henry trying to find Kyle Hamilton on the alley-oop. Here comes Barker back the other way.
Patch over there talking Army stuff with Army guys.
Blocked by Beverly on Nick Pete. Here comes Michael Henry back the other way. Up ahead to Kyle Hamilton. We should have a dunk count for Kyle Hamilton. I believe that's number 3. Troy Bolden throws it down. That's how the first half will end. 55-46. And Team Tarkanian is on top here at the half. And it was Kyle Hamilton throwing down the alley-oop.
Keep it on the court.
And then it was Troy Bolden following up with another dunk as Team Tarkanian is up by 9 here at the half. So that brings us to the three-point contest as well as the slam dunk competition. And I'm curious, we had Nate Barker from Santiago on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM this morning. He was still working on what dunks he was going to do, and Kyle Hamilton, we saw him on Friday night, and he wasn't sure what he was going to do. So
Hamilton was warming up his dunks during the game. Did you see those? The alley-oop?
He said, "Can I use those in the contest? Can you count those?"
We got the Army, the Army recruiters going to be the judges here for the slam dunk contest. This ought to be good. Now, they asked me if I wanted to be. I suggested no. That leave that to people who don't know anything about basketball. Oh, I mean, that know something about basketball.
So once again in the slam dunk competition, Centennial's Kyle Hamilton, Santiago's Nate Barker, and Nick Pete from Tockwitz. We saw Pete throw one down, and Hamilton has 3 on my dunk counter. But Nate Barker, we haven't seen him throw one down in the game at least.
I'd have to say that Nick Pete's is probably the best one I've seen, although Hamilton had some style points you can't get.
So Kyle Hamilton will go first. Kyle Hamilton. Off the bounce, windmill style. Kyle Hamilton making that look easy. Here comes Nate Barker now. Here comes Nate Barker with his dunk attempt. And Kyle Hamilton has some competition here as Nate Barker throws it down. Here comes Nick Pete from Tockwitz. You saw him in the prelims jump over some guys.
The rim rattler.
Nick Pete throws it down, one-handed style. The Army judges down there voting. So now we have the second round for our 3 finalists. On Wednesday night, in the very first practice for the Inland Sports All-Star Game, we narrowed it down to the top 3 finalists. Kyle Hamilton, is that 360?
360.
So now Nate Barker will get another attempt from Santiago. And look at this, some of the tall guys, Preston Beverly and Heiligenthal are back out here. Hamilton gets one more attempt. And he gets it to go! Kyle Hamilton! Wow! So here comes Nate Barker. He and Kyle exchange some words here on his way back. Let's see what Nate Barker does here. That one's off. Nate will go one more. And then it will be Nick Pete from Tockwitz. And Nick Pete bringing out some props to use, some of his teammates here, or guys from the other team. Here goes Barker. This one's off the rim here. So here goes Nick Pete from Tockwitz. And he's bringing a couple guys out onto the floor with him. So Nick Pete, this will be his second round. He's got Heiligenthal and Beverly. He goes over both of this. Were they 6'7", and Nick Pete throws it down.
It's a perfect example of why we need instant replay, Pep. I think the fans would love to see that one.
We're working on that technology.
You want me to do here?
You gonna draw a picture?
Here's an artist's rendering.
So let's see what they're going to do. Tim Hatch is over there running the show behind the mic. I think Hamilton and Nick Pete will get another dunk attempt. Here's Hamilton.
Hey, there's the artist rendering of that last dunk.
Here, I'll get it. Here, you have to hold it in front of the camera in a second. Hold on. Here goes Hamilton. Hamilton's thinking about it. He's walking all over the court. I think he's calling the audible here on his dunk. Maybe something new. Something fresh. He's talking to the Army guys. I think he wants some help from the Army. Here was Nick Pete's dunk. Oh, I'll have to move it farther away. I can't see it from there. So Kyle Hamilton wants some help from the United States Army. Nobody finer. There's a roar here at the gymnasium at Cypress Hill High School. I'll have to zoom out a little bit, give you the whole effect here. Kyle Hamilton throws it down over a member of our United States Army. So props to Hamilton for using props, as did Nick Pete. Here goes Nate Barker. One more attempt here in the Inland Sports Slam Dunk Competition. Trying to bounce it off the backboard. He'll give it another go. And Hamilton throws it down. Or excuse me, Barker throws it down from Santiago. There's the scores from United States Army. If you have to hold that up, we have to put it way out. Okay, one more from Nick Pete, it looks like. Devon Sullivan, his teammate from Tockwitz, is on the floor. This may be some sort of an alley-oop attempt. Big time reverse from Nick Pete from Tockwitz High School with an assist from Devon Sullivan, also from Tockwitz. Torrin Webb from Great Oak High School just rolled in. He's getting loose over there. Here goes Kyle Hamilton.
Here's some halftime numbers.
Yes.
Halftime, Bearfield is leading the whole crew with 16 points at the half. Bolden with 14. And Kyle Hamilton, who's in the slam dunk contest here, 10 points. I'm going to say 6 to 8 of those are on dunks. So Bearfield leading the game right now in scoring, 16 points.
So here goes Kyle Hamilton. I'm going to get a quick shot at head coach Josh Giles. Not many times you see the head coach of the Centennial Huskies, one of the top programs in the country, just hanging out on the floor in shorts, talking to a referee here. But here we go.
Oh wait, and they're doing little love taps there too. They look like it's kind of an intimate moment there for him.
Hamilton's next attempt through the legs. Didn't J.R. Ryder a long time ago do the East Bay Funk dunk or something like that through his legs? That was similar to that. So Kyle Hamilton's going to regroup here and do it again. Kyle Hamilton through the legs, thought about it, pulled it back down. Right after this, we'll have the three-point competition as Jeff Gorham is setting up for the three-point contest. On the other end of the floor, it'll be Ziska versus Michael Henry. So Kyle Hamilton will do it again. Off the backboard and throws it down.
Going.
So Kyle Hamilton, Nate Barker,
good stuff,
and Nick Pete from Tockwitz are three slam dunk finalists.
Exactly.
And Nick Pete will have another dunk here with Devon Sullivan, his teammate at Tockwitz, helping him out. The alley-oop, a little bit off the mark, and Nick Pete will do this one again.
Hey,
Sullivan,
thanks, man. I appreciate
to Pete.
I thought I'd get a lot of crap.
Can't get that one to go here in our Inland Sports All-Star Slam Dunk Contest. Nick Pete talking to the guys on the bench. Maybe he wants some help. Cedric Bearfield said he's going to come in. Cedric Bearfield's now going to do it. So Nick Pete gives way to Kyle Hamilton here. Kyle Hamilton rolling out the ball cart. What's Kyle gonna do here? He's gonna jump over the ball cart. On the alley-oop, it looks like. Zoom out a little bit to give you the full effect here. Kyle Hamilton looking back at his Team Tarkanian teammates. That one won't go. Didn't get a good grip on that ball. Kyle will try this one again. Kyle Hamilton from Centennial. That one won't go either. Kyle Hamilton walking back, talking to Nick Pete. Looks like he's going to do it one more time. Kyle Hamilton wants to do it again. The crowd now getting all fired up. They want to see Kyle Hamilton throw this down. And there it is! Kyle Hamilton from Centennial jumping over the ball rack and throwing it down. Here comes Nick Pete. It's halftime here at the Inland Sports All-Star Game. Here comes Nick Pete, full court from the free throw line. And almost got it to go. Here goes Nick Pete once again. And that one's off the front of the rim for Nick Pete from Talkwitz. Nick Pete and Kyle Hamilton, the final two guys standing here in the slam dunk competition. The United States Army Slam Dunk Competition. We'll see who the winner is. And it looks like it's going to be Kyle Hamilton from Centennial High School, the United States Army Inland Sports Slam Dunk Champion. So congratulations to Centennial's Kyle Hamilton, the Army Slam Dunk Champ. Congrats to Kyle Hamilton. Well, now coming up will be the three-point contest. It'll be Alex Ziska from Redlands East Valley taking on Michael Henry from La Sierra. Nick Pete and Nate Barker, congrats to them as well for making the finals of the Army All-Star Slam Dunk Competition. Halftime here from the Inland Sports All-Star Game from Citrus Hill High School. Back here on the other end, Jeff Gorham setting up for the three-point competition. And here comes Alex Ziska. He's a sharpshooter from Redlands East Valley. It'll be Ziska versus Michael Henry, and just like the slam dunk competition, the finalists were decided at the practice on Wednesday night. All of the All-Stars were given an opportunity to show off their three-point skills, and they narrowed it down to the top two, and it was Alex Ziska from Redlands East Valley and Michael Henry from La Sierra. So according to Tim Hatch down there on the floor, it was 7 threes for Ziska. Let's see what Michael Henry can do from La Sierra. Michael Henry from La Sierra, let's fly. First one off the mark. Michael easy to spot tonight, wearing the neon green socks, pink colored shoes. Michael had it going on at practice earlier this week from long range, knocking them down, making it look easy. Josh Giles and Jeff Gorham, your rebounders. here in the three-point contest. Michael Henry gets that one to go, nothing but net. That one's off the front of the rim. 2 balls left, down there in the corner. Michael Henry hits the first, and here comes the final ball. Looks like Alex Ziska is your three-point champion. Ziska defeating Michael Henry by a score of 7-4. So Alex Ziska from Redlands East Valley High School, your three-point champion. Tim Hatch, Jeff Gorham on the left, and there's Alex Ziska in the middle. The sharpshooter for Redlands East Valley wins the Inland Sports three-point contest. We are live at Citrus Hill High School for the first annual Inland Sports All-Star Game. And as we mentioned, about 5 of these guys have Division I scholarships already signed, and the rest still looking where they might end up playing. So we thank all the college basketball coaches in attendance here to check these guys out. And I know many are watching at home too, online. We're going to take a very quick commercial break and thank our fine sponsor, Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona.
Hi, I'm Leonard Russell, Performance Director at Adrenaline Athletics in Riverside and Corona. At Adrenaline, we utilize state-of-the-art training facilities and former pros to train and inspire young athletes interested in taking their speed, strength, power, and sports-specific skills to the next level. Come in for a free trial and get trained and mentored by our coaches who are former professional athletes. Remember, today's preparation determines tomorrow's achievements. Hi, I'm Leonard.
That was Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona. We had our team dinner on Friday night. Shout out to Substation in Riverside. The sandwiches and the sides were delicious. We appreciate that. We had a lot of fun there at Adrenaline Athletic Training. Shot some baskets too on the basketball court at Adrenaline. And Spoiled, quick quality oil changes right here in Riverside. They are the very best. Don't settle for anything less. So Adrenaline and Spoiled, we appreciate the support here at the Inland Sports All-Star Basketball Game. Here at the half, once again it's Team Tarkanian up 55-46, and Cedric Bearfield is the game's leading scorer with 16 here at the half. So we will play another 20 minutes and find out, will it be Team Tarkanian or will it be Team Masi winning the inaugural Inland Sports All-Star Game?
Pep, you never showed my halftime highlight.
Let's here.
This is the
let's do this. Hold on.
Instant replay.
Let's do this. Let's punch up this shot here.
Okay, get a little closer.
Yeah, get a little closer. That was Nick Pete throwing it down. Who was it? Preston Beverly. And who was the other guy that they brought out? Wasn't that Nick Pete?
It was.
He jumped over 2 guys.
Dunk. Well, look at him soaring, man.
I think it was Heiligenthal.
Yeah, it was.
Heiligenthal and
2'6" or taller. And there you have it. And he soared over the top. It was beautiful.
He did.
Look at him. He's just soaring.
Zeke just wanted to make sure you didn't miss it, so he wanted to reenact it for you.
I think that's going to be the picture that's in the paper tomorrow.
Just that. There is a Press Enterprise photographer, Milka.
No offense.
And she does, yeah, no offense. She does outstanding work, but come on. Did you see the artistry in that? Jeff Gorham just sent me a bunch of pictures. Pretty cool here from the slam dunk competition. 55-46. There's your three-point champ, Alex Ziska. as we get set to tip off the second half of the Inland Sports All-Star Game.
Who showed up? Who's just showed up?
Torrin Webb from Great Oak High School just rolled in.
You figured he'd play a half?
I suppose. He's on Team Masi. So Torrin Webb right there. He's going to start the second half for Team Masi. Alex Ziska, the three-point champion, will inbound the ball. Kyle Hamilton in front of him. Plays it out to Bearfield. Torrin Webb going inside. First action. Troy Bolden to Michael Henry to Beverly. Lets the three fly off the rim. Rebound, Khalil Ahmad. Ball taken away by Devin Fleming. And finally a whistle down there.
Ahmad forced a foul. Slow that transition down.
So Michael Henry the inbound to Hamilton. Back to Henry. Henry has it. Top of the key. Inside to Beverly, over the top, and Beverly, first one won't go, and there's the putback for Preston Beverly as Team Tarkanian adds two more. That was Ziska with the basket. Michael Henry from La Sierra to Kyle Hamilton, gets around one man and throws it down. Kyle Hamilton, your dunk champion, not done yet. Khalil Ahmad, pass picked off by Troy Bolden. Here goes Bolden back the other way. His three-pointer is good. The old running three-point attempt.
Who is that?
Troy Bolden. Ziska. He nails a three. Doing math, updating the scoreboard.
62-51, Pep.
Torrin Webb the rebound. Here comes Torrin back the other way. Trying to thread that needle to Cedric Bearfield, but it's picked off by Henry. Khalil Ahmad the steal, and he lays it in. Inside to Beverly. He lays it in. Cedric Bearfield almost got that to go. Apologize for the camera work. Half the time I'm not even looking at where the camera's pointed, but
see, now you know how hard it is for me, Pat.
They're scoring too fast. I can't even keep up with it.
Want me to tell them to slow down?
Yeah, tell them to slow down a little bit.
Slow down!
Run the half-court offense. Where's the shot clock? Let's run that thing.
Play five. Play five. Play seven.
What was it, Princeton? Princeton likes to run that shot clock down to the wire. As Bearfield with the basket, so that's 64-55. All right. Three-pointer, Devin Fleming from Valley View. Team Tark, 67-55. Here's Ced, gets inside. Rebound here from Fleming, up ahead to Bolden. His shot won't go. Here comes Khalil Ahmad back the other way. Scoops up that ball. Here's Bearfield, and he lays it in. So Bearfield continuing to collect a lot of points in this All-Star game. Here's Michael Henry from La Sierra. Gets inside, puts it up. Won't go. Back out to Beverly. He throws it back inside to Bolden. And his second attempt is good. Did that go in? Kyle Hamilton with authority on that windmill. Did that dunk go in?
Yeah, 69-57.
No, I don't. Okay, I think it did not go in.
Oh, no, that one was a miss.
I was updating the scoreboard, and I looked up, and he was putting the finishing touches on what looked like a windmill dunk. Here's Hamilton with the ball. Long three from Devin Fleming, off the mark. Torrin Webb chases it down. Torrin Webb from Great Oak High School. Great Oak winning that Division I AA CIF championship this season, and Torrin Webb was a huge reason why. Austin Bryant to Cedric Bearfield. He's going to leave for Khalil Ahmad. Ahmad going inside with the trees. Preston Beverly and draws the foul. And we'll see some fresh legs on the floor here as hockey style, a whole new shift comes onto the floor with 15:56 to go in the second half. Remember, this is college style, so 2 20-minute halves. I've got 69-57.
You're absolutely correct, Pep.
Man, once in a while I'm right. Doesn't happen very often, but once in a while. So I think the free throws are counting for 2 points. Here's Troy Bolden from Hemet High School. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will stay with Team Masi here. Team Masi in honor of the great John Masi, who was a basketball coach, right? David Zink at Adrenaline Athletic Training.
Yes.
Three-point attempt off the mark by Lampkin. Here comes Torrin Webb back the other way. Torrin Webb! He's got some bounce to the ounce. Torrin Webb throws it down from Great Oak High School.
Team Masi in the white?
Team Masi is in the whites.
Yeah, it's 69-51 or 69-61.
Heiligenthal kicks it out to Chris Famous. Lampkin inside to Heiligenthal, taken away. Nate Barker for Santiago. Up ahead. Garrett Sherrod all alone. Nails the three. And Team Masi battling back in this one. Devin Sullivan gets to the rack. Torrin Webb was trying to throw that down. Sullivan, Heiligenthal the putback. Nick Pete has it inside and gets the basket. And it falls in for Team Tarkanian. Troy Bolden from Hemet High School really having a great game here. I've got 73-66.
It is.
Torrin Webb from Great Oak to Nate Barker. Nick Pete. And he lays it in. Nick Pete, the big man from Tockwitz, showing he can be nimble inside. Here we go back the other way. Torrin Webb. Another big time dunk. That one off the mark. Rebound, Nate Barker. Torrin Webb has it from Great Oak High School. He's going to leave it for Nick Pete, the long jumper. Alec Frank from Woodcrest Christian almost had the rebound, knocked out of bounds by Chris Famous. But they'll say it'll stay with Team Tarkanian. 73-70. Team Tarkanian on top, but Team Masi chipping away at that lead. Garrett Sherrod, three-point attempt off the back of the rim. Rebound by Trayvon Lampkin, Trey Dunk as they call him. Sullivan all alone. His three's off the mark. Rebound by Heiligenthal. Finally, ball goes out of bounds, and it will go with Team Masi.
It's down to a three-point game, Pep. With possession of Masi.
It looked like Team Tark might run away, but here comes Team Masi. Nate Barker, big time three, and we are all tied 73-73.
Who shot that?
That was Nate Barker from Santiago. Here we go back the other way. Torn Webb lays it in, and Team Masi takes the lead. Quite the run here for Team Masi in the second half. Chris Famous has the ball poked away. It will stay with Team Tarkanian.
Coach Giles is just not.
Sullivan, his shot's off the mark. Heiligenthal, his long rebound put back, no good. Here comes Masi. Alec Frank from Woodcrest Christian. Frank has it. His jumper is good. And Team Masi continues to pile on here. Chris Famous from Centennial has it. Over to Troy Bolden. Bolden trying to go inside to Heiligenthal. Nick Pete goes flying out of bounds trying to keep that ball in play. Look at the hustle. It's an all-star game, and he's going for it. Team Masi takes the lead, and man.
That's why Southern Utah's so excited about that play.
Maybe Southern Utah's like, don't chase that ball down.
Don't need you getting hurt.
Yeah. 12 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the second half. 77-73, Team Masi in the whites, now on top of Team Tarkanian in the darks. Steal by Nick Pete for Team Masi. Taken away by Chris Famous, taken right back by Alec Frank, and now there's a scramble. Devon Sullivan to Chris Famous, and Famous lays it in for Team Tarkanian. Back the other way, Nate Barker. Trayvon Lampkin from Elsinore High School. Ball poked away. Heiligenthal has it. Heiligenthal joined us on Fox Sports Radio today and said some Division III schools were showing interest, including Westmont College in Santa Barbara area. Chris Famous, the inbound pass for Team Tarkanian to Heiligenthal. Open look at the jumper, off the mark. Alec Frank the rebound. Now the long pass up ahead, picked off by Heiligenthal. He pushes it up to Lampkin. Lampkin has it.
You're supposed to pick the MVP.
Lampkin the three, off the mark. Rebound, Torrin Webb. Webb has it, two guys in front of him. Webb up ahead to Garrett Sherrod from Hemet. Nick Pete to Sherrod. Sherrod to Torrin Webb. He's going to go baseline. Dishes to Pete. Off the mark. Rebound, Devon Sullivan from Tockwitz. Sullivan will bring the ball up court to Heiligenthal, and he lays it in. And the ball goes out of bounds on the other end as Heiligenthal brings Team Tarkanian within two. 79-77. Team Masi in front. Chris Famous has the ball. Back out to Troy Bolden. Bolden puts it up. Off the mark. And the ball goes out of bounds. 79-77. Team Masi leading Team Tarkanian with 10:26 to go here in the second half. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will stay with Team Masi. Team Masi in the whites. Torrin Webb, the three. Here comes Troy Bolden off the rebound. He's going to push the ball up in a hurry. Troy Bolden keeps it himself, puts it up off the front of the rim. Bolden the rebound to Heiligenthal. Heiligenthal. And he's got the basket. And we're all tied up once again, 79-77. Torrin Webb trying to get that ball around Heiligenthal, and finally goes out of bounds here. 9:50 to go. And we're all even at 79 here. Chris Famous has the ball for Team Tarkanian. Still here, Alec Frank. Frank all alone. And lays it in for Team Masi. And there's Lampkin back the other way. Chris Famous will go to the line for the 1 free throw attempt. Rebound, Nick Pete off the miss. Pete to Frank. Frank up ahead to Webb. To Barker. 4-3. Won't go. Troy Bolden has it. Bolden puts it up and gets it to go. Troy Bolden making a case, maybe for the game's MVP if Team Tarkanian can get this done. Famous. Nice play by Chris Famous. Little scoop shot goes. And now Team Tarkanian is in front by a score of 85-81. Torrin Webb from Great Oak goes inside. Trying to throw that thing down. Nice play by Famous. The dish to Bolden. Oh, and a sweet reverse. Troy Bolden. Nice play by Garrick Sherrod. That one won't go. Back the other way. Troy Bolden having a monster game for Team Tarkanian. And Team Tarkanian up 89-81. Three-pointer, Parker. He nails it. So we'll have another line shift here as new players come onto the floor. 89-84, Team Tarkanian on top of Team Masi with only 8 minutes to play. It's getting juicy now. Michael Henry from La Sierra into the game. He'll bring the ball up for Team Tarkanian. Henry goes inside. His shot is blocked by Nick Pete. Austin Bryant has it for Marietta Valley. He leaves it for Pete. Pete will walk this ball up. Leaves it for Khalil Ahmad. Up ahead to Cedric Bearfield. Bearfield the three. And he hits it. Larry Brown's going to love that guy next season. Nice play to get inside by Devin Fleming. Just snuck inside there and laid it in for Team Tarkanian. 91-87. Here's Cedric again from three. That one does not go. Rebound Beverly. Up ahead to Michael Henry from La Sierra. Henry has it, leaves it for Devin Fleming from Valley View High School in Moreno Valley. Michael Henry has it to Beverly. Beverly trying to get inside, a little fake there. Puts it up and gets it to go. Preston Beverly. The bucket for the star out of Elsinore. That was Cedric Bearfield quickly back the other way for another basket. Shot by Fleming off the mark. Khalil Ahmad has it for Team Masi. 6.5 to play. Ahmad to Bearfield in the corner. He thought about pulling the trigger on that three. Goes baseline, and his layup won't go. Kyle Hamilton to Fleming. Up ahead to Michael Henry. To Beverly. Loses the ball. Now up ahead to Nick Pete all alone, and Pete throws it down. Wow, the MVP is going to be a very tough decision at the end of this one. Kyle Hamilton from Centennial to Devin Fleming. Off the mark, rebound Khalil Ahmad. Cedric Bearfield, no-look pass to Austin Bryant. Shot blocked by Elsinore's Preston Beverly. It'll be Alex Ziska on the inbounds pass to Khalil Ahmad. Ahmad has it, puts it up, and the little runner goes for Khalil Ahmad and Team Masi. So I've got 93-93. The three-point, Michael Henry.
93 apiece, you're right. 5:29 left in the game, Pep.
So this is what dreams are made of, right here, crunch time. Khalil Ahmad! Goodness! Khalil Ahmad throwing it down for Team Masi. Halagenthal, turnaround, and it falls for Team Tarkanian. Here goes Ahmad. Gets a little tangled up. Kyle Hamilton comes out with it for Team Tarkanian. Kind of funny to see the Centennial teammates on different teams here in the All-Star game. Kyle Hamilton loses the ball, regroups, kicks it back out. Three-pointer, Devin Fleming, no good. Michael Henry will watch this ball go out of bounds. And it
4:39, we're tied 95-95. Looks like we're going to hit the century mark there, Pep.
Unless they go absolutely cold, which I can't imagine happening at this point. Both teams playing at a high level, as you'd imagine, with so much talent on the floor. The very first Inland Sports All-Star game. Cedric Bearfield going inside. Wow, just unbelievable. Cedric Bearfield showing the handles, court awareness. Going to Southern Methodist University. Devin Fleming. Going to the rack, trying to throw that thing down.
Did they give him that?
He almost got up there. And then Fleming gets it to go here at 14 Tarkanian, 97-97. Khalil Ahmad back the other way. His shot won't go. Rebound Beverly, but there is a foul. So I've got 97-95 Team Masi.
97-97 tied.
We've got a tie, okay. Oh, my scoreboard did not update. There we go. Team Masi with a chance to take the lead, and they do. Here's Kyle Hamilton going inside, back out to Devin Fleming, to Michael Henry from La Sierra. Michael Henry over to Preston Beverly for three. Nails it! The big smooth Preston Beverly for Team Tarkanian, and that gets him to triple digits, 199. With 3.5 minutes to go in the Inland Sports All-Star Game. Three-pointer, Ahmad off the mark. And the ball goes out of bounds. It will go with Team Tarkanian. Team Tarkanian wearing the colors, and Team Masi in the whites. Halagenthal has it in the corner, inside to Beverly, can't hold it. Here comes Nick Pete from Tockwitz. To Bearfield, throws it down! Cedric Bearfield! Pony up!
101-100.
Devin Fleming with the ball over to Kyle Hamilton. To Michael Henry in the corner, lets it fly from three, won't go. Beverly the rebound. Tried a quick pass to Kyle Hamilton here. 2:50 to go. Team Tarkanian on top by 100-1. 101-100, right?
101-100, Pep.
And Team Tarkanian, I believe, is on top. Ball goes out of bounds. .239 to play. Team Tarkanian in the colors. Up by 1. Team Masi in the whites. They're playing to win at this point. Khalil Ahmad has the ball taken away. Preston Beverly from Elsinore has it. The big man bringing the ball up the court. Beverly to Kyle Hamilton. Back to Beverly. And the basket. 2 more for Team Tarkanian. Bearfield trying to get inside. Alex Ziska will play this ball in off the inbound to Khalil Ahmad from Centennial. Khalil Ahmad going to Cal State Fullerton. Ahmad goes inside. Little scoop shot won't go. Halagenthal the rebound. Long outlet pass. Back the other way. Fleming to Hamilton. His shot is blocked by Nick Peach. Bearfield up ahead to Ahmad. His dunk attempt blocked by La Sierra's Michael Henry.
102-101.
Oh, 102-101?
102-101.
Why do I have 103-100? Rebound attempt. Nick Pete goes back up and gets to go. So Team Macy's on top, 103-102? Here comes Team Tark, Michael Henry. Preston Beverly for three. Off the mark, a little short. Back the other way, Nick Pete throws it down. Nick Pete the dunk. Austin Bryant to Nick Pete, and Nick Pete does it again. A minute left here, and Team Macy has raced out to a 5-point lead, 3-point off the mark. Rebound, Cedric Bearfield. Bearfield has it. He's going to hold on to this ball and maybe run some clock off. Bearfield inside. Knocked away. Here comes Team Tarkanian. It's 40 seconds to play. La Sierra's Michael Henry for three. Nails it. So Team Tarkanian still in this. 107-105 Team Macy. Is that correct, David?
With 26 seconds left, yes.
Cedric Bearfield with the ball. Team Macy up by 2. Cedric Bearfield holding on to it, goes inside. Off his leg, they'll say. So with 11 seconds to play, Team Macy gets a shot to tie this or win it. Zink, you're the coach. Go for the tie, go for the win. It's all-star time.
Win.
Final seconds here. Michael Henry. Fleming, three. From Valley View High School nails an NBA range 3 as time expires.
Who do you want for MVP? It's either Bearfield or Pete. Who do you want? Team Tark won. We're going to go Boulder.
So once again, final score. 108-107 here. A dramatic finish.
I got to go down and interview.
As Devin Fleming hits the 3 at the buzzer. And that's how this one will end. Wow, a dramatic finish, and Team Tarkanian outlasts Team Macy 108-107. The final. There it is, Team Tarkanian getting it done against Team Macy, and you couldn't have asked for a better Inland Sports All-Star Basketball game. I'm Pep Fernandez, been so proud to be part of this. Jeff Gorham from Norta Vista, Tim Hatch from Citrus Hill, they have been so instrumental in this. I know my name might be on the shirt, and I appreciate that, guys. It's awesome. I thank you for it. But listen, it's about the kids. It's not about me, and I can't thank you guys enough for organizing this and making it happen. What an outstanding way to finish this game. We couldn't have drawn up a better finish here in the Inland Sports All-Star Basketball game. 108-107 is the final. Team Tarkanian is the winner, and if you're looking at stats, I don't have them right in front of me. David Zink took them because he's writing a great story for the Press Enterprise tomorrow. But I can tell you, Troy Bolden from Hemet High School had a monster game. Nick Pete from Tockwitz. Cedric Bearfield from Centennial. I mean, I could go on and on here. I'm sure I'm missing some names here, and I apologize for that, but Kyle Hamilton from Centennial as well. I mean, these were some big-time names, and they really put on a great show here at the very first Inland Sports All-Star Basketball game, as we see the players line up here for a group shot. 108-107 the final score. Team Tarkanian, Team Masi. I mean, this game went back and forth. It was an incredible finish. Waiting to hear who will be named the Inland Sports Most Valuable Player for the game. I'm sure they will announce it in just a moment, so we'll wait for that. As the Inland Sports All-Stars taking photos with their family and friends here, and what a memorable moment for these seniors as they cap off their high school careers right here at Citrus Hill High School. And I cannot thank Citrus Hill High School Athletic Director Rich Shear, Matthew Elder, Tim Hatch, Kevin Ho. I cannot thank these guys enough at Citrus Hill High School for making this happen. And they didn't tell me to say this, but this gymnasium is second to none, as Troy Bolden from Hemet High School is your game's most valuable player. So congratulations to Troy Bolden from Hemet High School, posing with Tim Hatch and Jeff Gorham. He is the Inland Sports MVP in the game. Troy Bolden was everywhere on the court, had some big-time dunks. So congratulations to Troy Bolden for being named the MVP. And of course, we got to give a huge shout out to Devin Fleming as well. Devin Fleming hit that long, deep three-pointer at the buzzer. I mean, you couldn't have scripted a better finish. Devin Fleming from Valley View High School with the game on the line. Let it fly from way downtown, and Devin Fleming buried it. So once again, our final score, 108-107. Team Tarkanian, Team Masi. Once again, we did this not only because we love high school basketball and we want to showcase these kids in a positive light. That's what Inland Sports is all about. But we also wanted to honor some coaching legends, Jerry Tarkanian and John Masi. And there's been a long lineage of great high school basketball coaches in the Inland Empire, and I hope we just did a little bit of justice to them by honoring them tonight here at the Inland Sports All-Star Basketball game. Once again, Jeff Gorham from Norta Vista, Tim Hatch from Citrus Hill. They were the real ringleaders. I give big shout out to Kevin Mitchell as well from Pure Sweat. He did the Pure Sweat workout, and he did that on Thursday night. So many people involved with this. We're so happy. We had a huge crowd at Citrus Hill High School. That was another big thing. We knew we'd have some good basketball because we had so many great players, but a huge crowd as well at Citrus Hill High School. I cannot thank the community enough for supporting Inland Sports, supporting this all-star game. It has been wonderful, and like I said, we could have not drawn up a better finish. 108-107 the final score once again, as Team Tarkanian won better than Team Masi, as Devin Fleming hits that three-pointer at the buzzer to give his team, Team Tarkanian, the victory in the first ever Inland Sports All-Star Basketball game. A salute to the United States Army. They had them judging the slam dunk competition, which was won by Kyle Hamilton, and a shout out to Alex Ziska from Redlands East Valley for winning the Inland Sports three-point contest. We also want to give a big thanks to the Sport Clinic for their supports. They helped us out with the All-Star football game, and they were back here for the All-Star basketball game. Big thanks to Josh Giles, Scott Mossman for lending their time to coach in these games as well. And of course the players. That's what it's all about, and we appreciate them taking their time, their seniors, They've got a lot going on. There's prom, there's finals, there's SAT, there's all kinds of stuff going on. But we really sincerely appreciate that they took the time to play in this all-star game. I'm Pep Fernandez. Once again, final score, Team Tarkanian 108, Team Masi 107. Big thanks to Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona and Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Changes. We appreciate their support in this Inland All-Star basketball game. I'm Pep Fernandez, and we will see you next time on Inland Sports.